Good evening. What comes to mind when you guys think about American soccer? Is it boring, old, non-American? Well, I wanted to tell you about how soccer has been a part of the entire American history just as much and maybe even more as all of our other sports. I'm going to bring you along through a journey through soccer's history in the USA, its beginning, its growth, and its historical achievements. The start of soccer was an interesting one. Its birth in America will surprise a lot of people. According to the official U.S. Soccer Association, folklore tells of pilgrims and Indians playing a game similar to soccer during the first Thanksgiving. The Indians called it sort of Paxaquaca, and that it means to bring ourselves together to play football. And even Mr. David Litterer, a world-renowned soccer historian, says that the United States were the first British colony to even play soccer. So all the other colonies had never even played the sport before. As far back as Jamestown, although the rules were unknown, it would have been a mix between soccer and football called Shrovetide. And that was a big game back in Europe, and it still is played in Europe today. He also tells about how Harvard instituted the annual football contest in 1827. Known as Bloody Monday, this contest was extremely rowdy and chaotic. The first modern form of football, David states, was introduced about the early 1830s in England. So the idea of soccer has been cultivating in the American stew for a long time. Hence why I think it is an important thing to know about. After the rules were formally introduced in England in 1863, those same rules soon immigrated over to America, inspiring the growth of the sport. With all the immigration going on in America at the time, they brought not only their culture but also the love of the game. In 1866, America had released its first rule book of the game, but not until November 7th, 1869, did colleges first use it, and that was against Princeton and Rutgers. The U.S. Soccer Association has stated that in 1884, the American Football Association was officially established in Newark, New Jersey. They also say that the first international games outside the British Isles were held in America between Canada and the United States. Thomas Cahill, according to Christopher Klein, was the father of American soccer. He formed the USFA, or the United States Football Association. He had put America back into the soccer power struggle. The U.S. Soccer Association says that USFA, was granted a member into FIFA, the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, in 1905. This put America into the big leagues. It allowed us to play not only against Northern America games, but also international across the sea. In Klein's article, he states that the fall of American soccer was due to the inner struggle between the ASL, the American Soccer League, and the USFA League, along with FIFA's international intervention. He also goes on to state that the stricter immigration laws also caused for the downfall, because no more immigrants could easily get into the United States. With the growth of soccer in North America, we began to see the teams on the national level and club level receive achievements on their own. Inside America, the game was bustling, growing rapidly and entertaining millions. It's no wonder this golden age of soccer was, with its achievements, awards, and titles. U.S. Soccer Association states in 1916, the first national men's soccer team traveled to Sweden and Norway with a record of 3-1-2, so 3 wins, 1 tie, and 2 losses. They also tell us that the U.S. was one of the 13 nations to compete in the first World Cup, and that's the biggest game that's held throughout the year in soccer. So we should be extremely proud to be a part of that game, that we can say we played that game. David Litterer also tells that in the 1950s World Cup against England was the most upsetting game ever to be played. It was against America and England. We won 1-0, and this is when you can bring out your handouts, and I can tell you a little bit about that. So on the front cover you have the 1950 underdogs, because nobody believed that we would win this game. It was actually held outside the place where all the other games were held, about 100 miles, because nobody cared about the game. So the front cover, you can see the entire national team, and most of these guys were from St. Louis, the soccer capital in America. So if you open it up, you have Frank Borghi, and he was the American goalkeeper, saving 9 saves that game. He was born April 9th, 1925, and he died just a few years ago on February 2nd, 2015. He was an Italian goalkeeper that was drafted for the U.S. National team. And then the other guy on the back, Joe Greatens, he was born March 19th, 1924, and died July 10th, 1964, so he was about 40. He was a Haitian soccer player on the United States national team. He competed in the World Cup to win it for us. He was the one that scored the goal. So that's just a little bit of information about those guys. So in 1990, the U.S. Soccer Association says that the first World Cup was played against another team. That was the first time we competed in the World Cup since that 1950 game. And if you think about it, America established so much and achieved so many things that no one originally thought possible. So I hope you have learned a little bit more on soccer, since it has played a vital role in the American history. As I stated before, I just wanted to inform you on the history and the importance of soccer. The birth, growth, and achievements given to the underdogs is more interesting than you would imagine. Thank you for your time, and I hope this led you to respect the game more.
Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, guys.